me for another episode. I'm just enjoying a day off here at the house, enjoying my 10 banana smoothie. And I thought today would be a good day to do a video on what I call the conversion cocktail. So the conversion cocktail, or the vegan conversion cocktail, is a cocktail combination of 3 films. Actually, 2 films and 1 lecture that's on video, so I call it 3 films, but 3 things that can be watched. 3 pieces of media that can be watched or consumed, digested, whatever. But yeah, so I firmly believe that most rational, logical, free-thinking, good-hearted people who watch these 3 films will go vegan, or will at least try to go vegan, will at least attempt it. At the very least, they'll start thinking about it enough that it will be difficult to continue on eating the standard American diet, or being a meat eater, meat and dairy eater. Some people will go vegan just from watching one of these 3 films, but again, I feel that all 3, if you definitely do all 3, that's going to be the strongest reinforcement that you'll need. So if you're thinking about going vegan, or if you know somebody who's thinking about vegan, if you know somebody who's close, or if you know somebody who is completely closed off to the idea, but you have their ear and they're willing to listen to you, show them this video, tell them about these 3 films that I'm going to discuss, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised with the results. It's very effective. These 3 pieces of media are very, very strong. So let's get into it. The vegan conversion cocktail. Okay, so the first film in the conversion cocktail is a film documentary called Earthlings. It was made in 2005 and was directed by Sean Monson, narrated by Joaquin Phoenix, my man. And this is just an extremely powerful film. The synopsis of it is that filmmaker Sean Monson exposes the suffering endured by animals at factory farms, research labs, puppy mills, and more. And basically, it's a collection of the most horrific undercover footage, some of it undercover footage of the way that our fellow Earthlings, other species of animals, are treated on a daily basis. In the Tallgrass, and we won't sleep. In the Tallgrass, and we won't sleep. Whatever you can imagine, whatever you think is going on with these animals, or how bad you think it might be, I assure you that it is so much worse. So much worse. And Earthlings definitely illustrates that. You would be hard pressed to watch Earthlings and come away not wanting to become vegan. It is a devastating film, and very powerful. So check out Earthlings. It's available on YouTube for free. I'll provide the link below in the description. Definitely get after it. It's a tough watch, but it's well worth it. It's something that needs to be done. We need to see this stuff. So the second film or piece of media in the conversion cocktail is a lecture by a man named Gary Yourofsky.
Contrary to political and religious dogma, animals do not belong to us. They are not commodities. They're not property, and they're not inanimate, stupid objects who can't think and feel.
Gary Yourofsky is an American animal rights activist, and he gives public lectures promoting veganism, and it's one of the most powerful lectures I've ever heard. There are a couple of different versions online, but this one here is, I think, the most impactful.
Right now, at this very moment, on American highways, there are no less than 5,000 concentration camp trucks. Trucks that we've constructed. Inside these trucks, there are living, terrified, innocent beings. Cows and pigs and chickens. These trucks are being driven to concentration camp slaughterhouses that we've carefully constructed all across America. When the trucks arrive, the animals are so frightened, they won't even get off the truck. They're not stupid. They know what's next. Do you know what's more insane than that? Meat eaters. Walking around like their lifestyle isn't causing any harm. Like it's normal and natural to be consuming violence and death. I think this type of behavior is inexcusable and unbecoming of a species that claims to understand right from wrong.
Through his talks, has single-handedly converted hundreds, thousands, I believe thousands upon thousands of people to veganism. He's had a profound impact in several different countries. I believe it's accurate that most of his success has actually come in Israel. He's had a huge conversion percentage there, but I don't know the exact numbers. But he's also been very successful in other countries, including the U.S. In this conversion cocktail of the three pieces of media, this lecture is really the only one that goes into just how unhealthy it is to be eating animal products and how much healthier it is to be vegan. So that's a unique piece of this lecture.
But all of our main diseases, heart attacks, and strokes. Most of the cancers, prostate cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer, pancreatic cancer, ovarian cancer, kidney disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, high blood pressure, obesity, asthma, 4 main factors that cause them. Now, I know about other factors. I'm not saying that you can't get sick elsewhere. Of course you can. Smoking, drinking, stress, chemicals in the environment, high fructose corn syrup, Twinkies. I know about the other things that can lead to an ailment, but the 4 main factors are found inside of meat, cheese, milk, and eggs. Cholesterol, saturated fat, trans fatty acids, animal protein. And I repeat that last one that nobody wants to hear about, animal protein.
You should definitely check out his channel here on YouTube, but I will put the link to this particular lecture in the description. I think it's the best one. Okay, and finally, last but not least, we have the film Cowspiracy, The Sustainability Secret. And this was a documentary that was released in 2014, and it was made by Kip Anderson and Keegan Kuhn.
Do you think
this is sort of a unique documentary in the angle that it approaches. This one is primarily focused on the effects of animal agriculture on our planet, on climate change and the environment in general. And let me tell you, it is staggering. The things that I learned in this movie are just, I wasn't prepared for all of it. I mean, I knew some of it, but
that's being ignored by the very
the things
people
that they
who should
expose in
be
this,
championed.
just how much damage we're doing to this earth by consuming animal products is just overwhelming. Cowspiracy right now is not available on YouTube. Actually, you can find like parts of it on YouTube, but the whole thing is streaming on Netflix Instant. So if you got your Netflix, you can definitely watch it there.
There's suppression and mismanagement of information everywhere. It abounds.
It starts at the local level, but then it goes all the way to Congress.
When you consider the devastation it's having on our planet as well as the oceans.
And we're in the middle of the largest mass extinction of species in 65 million years.
And they can dictate the federal policies because they have so much political power.
And one of the largest industries on the planet with the biggest environmental impact, trying to keep us in the dark about how it's operating.
That's the one thing no one talks about. Everybody goes around that.
Unfortunately, we are no longer able to fund your film project. We had a meeting, and due to the growing controversial subject matter, we have some concerns that we have to quell.
You're going up against people that have massive legal resources, and you have nothing.
A lot of people just keep their mouths shut because they don't want to be the next one with the bullet to their head.
I don't know that I would want to comment on that.
Your cocktail will not be complete without this. This is the most recent of the 3 cocktail ingredients. And it is a crucial part of it. It's the only one that addresses sustainability. Okay, so there you have it. That is the vegan conversion cocktail. Those are the 3 films that make up the cocktail. And if you drink that cocktail down, you watch all that stuff, I would be shocked if you did not at least think about going vegan. People will say to me sometimes like, oh, you think just a few documentaries is going to do it? Yeah. It doesn't need to be more complicated. This isn't a decision that takes, tons and tons and tons of research. Oftentimes people do that, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, but it doesn't have to be that intense. Oh yeah, documentaries made me go vegan. Fine. Who cares what the reason is? When you're changing for the better, it shouldn't matter. And this is just an effective one to do. People are a lot more likely to watch something than they are to read something. It's just the way it is, especially younger generations. And it's so easy. All of these things are available free. I do advocate doing further research. This is just a way to get your foot in the door of veganism, but by all means start reading up on more stuff, and you'll kind of do that naturally. As you become vegan, you become more interested in it, and it just sort of snowballs from there. So yeah, if you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a like, tell your friends about it, pass it on. Let's get more people vegan. I'm trying to get this channel more visible, so help me out there if you found this helpful. Leave a comment below. I'm open to any questions. Please subscribe. Just help me get this stuff out there. Let's all work together to get this stuff out there and, make the change that we so desperately need.